Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing some vinyl overlays on the turn signals only. So this part right here of the clear, we're not going to go into here. I got some red overlays. These are them. If I could open it up properly. So these are red overlays. They're just going to go right in here. That way it reds out some more of the light without touching in this area over here. So, but first, as you can see, I got to get the car all cleaned up before I do it, because whenever you're doing a vinyl like this, you're going to need to let it cure for a couple days, so you won't be able to wash it. So I'm going to wash the car first, and then I'll show you everything you need to do to get these vinyls installed. Alright, finally, we're all cleaned up. Let's go around to the back and I'll show you what you need. So this is the basic stuff you'll need. You'll just need a card or a squeegee to get the water out from behind the overlay. You're going to need a bottle with water with just a very little bit of soap. This is barely a drop of soap. I just found this little bottle I had in the house, so this is perfect. And some isopropyl rubbing alcohol just to clean the lens after the car's been washed. The car's all clean. So now just go over the lenses with the alcohol and then we'll move on to the installation. So now we're just going to take a little bit of alcohol on our clean towel. Make sure the lens is free of wax or any debris. That way we get a good adhesion with the overlay. Now that we know that's nice and clean, we'll get the appropriate overlay for the side. So that's going to be this one right here. So now I'm going to move the camera over here and make sure I wet my fingers a little bit, because I don't want it to stick. I'm going to spray the lens just so I could get this overlay to slide around. And I'm going to spray both sides. A little bit there and a little bit on the outside. Now swing it back around. I'm going to just try to loosely line it up. Make sure I get the correct positioning. We may have to cut these, but I'm not sure. So I'm just going to keep playing with it until I get the right spot without any gaps. Looks like we're going to have a little extra though. Okay. Looks like a decent position, but just want to make sure it's good. Yeah, that looks pretty good to me. Just want to make sure I'm not going to have a gap, otherwise it's going to drive me absolutely crazy. So I'd rather just take my time. Yeah, I don't see a gap. So that looks pretty good. I may have to cut this. I'll see if I could just fold it over. So now I'm going to just put my card inside the towel and rub whatever bubbles I may have out. I may need a heat gun just for like the little edges, like in here where there's a slight overlap, but I'm not sure just yet. So far everything seems to be a-okay. far as that goes. See if I could just fold it over. Yeah, I may need to cut. Probably just gonna get a blade and cut it just a little bit, just to make the fit a little bit cleaner. Let's see. But it does sit in there pretty nice. Okay, so that's how it's going on right now. And I'm just gonna probably just cut this right now. Let me just get a blade. Okay, before I cut, there's a little crease in here that I'm gonna just trace the blade in, where I can tuck this in right here. So I'm gonna run the blade along this edge, and that should give me a nice clean finish. All right, so here we go. Just gonna follow that edge right here, and then I'm just gonna come out. Nice and neat. That worked out pretty well. And I have a tiny little tab right here that I'll just cut off just to make the finish line nice and neat. A little piece. Okay, so that's the first one. Everything seems to be on there really good. I might take a heat gun. We'll see if I start getting any lifting. But that's what the one side looks like so far. Looks pretty cool. I like it. Let me get to the other side, show you the finished product. And now for this side, I actually felt that just using a wet finger to apply it actually works a little bit nicer than the towel and the card. So I recommend trying it this way. So let me finish this side up, cut it, and I'll show you the end result. Alright, so this is what they look like. I really like it so far. Looks really nice. Plenty of light still shines through because I do have these Lasfit turn signals. So they're super bright and plenty of light still penetrates. I'll try to get a shot later on at dusk where you get a better idea, but you can still clearly see them. So this is basically the installation and what they look like. I'm going to give you guys a couple of shots later on at night so you can see how the light shines through, but everything came out real nice. I like the addition of the red in here. A little less white. I think it looks nice and clean. So here is how the lights look as the sun starts to go down. I'll put the hazards on so you can see how well the light shines through. So now plenty of light still shines through, no issues. I do have Lasfit LED turn signals. I'll put a link in the description for those if you want to check those out. These are very bright, so there won't be an issue with this not being bright enough. I'll also put a link in the description for the actual taillight overlays. And before I go, I just want to show everyone how they turned out. I turned the hazards off. So now, there are a couple of bubbles, very minor. They should, I don't know if you can catch them in the camera. Right about there's a little bubble. These should just come out with time. Today was pretty sunny, but the sun wasn't out long enough or hot enough here in New York. This one's almost completely perfect, so yeah, just basically allow a little time for the bubbles to work their way out and they'll be good. So this is the taillight overlay and how they look on my Accord. So guys, please remember to like the video, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.